The signature is in Chinese character. Can we ask fellow prosecutor to identify his signature?
That would be self-serving, counsel. Move on, counsel. Move
Okay,
on.
Madam, who is the disbursing officer for this third quarter of the DepEd?
Ang SDO po ng DepEd ay si Mr. Edward Fajarda.
And by virtue of his function, it is the Mr. Fajarda who presumably, Madam Witness, disbursed these amounts.
Yes po.
Any authorization from the DepEd Secretary, Vice President Sara Duterte, indicating or designating another person outside Mr. Fajarda to disburse these various amounts in various places on this date, Madam Witness. Any document attached to the submission?
Wala po, yung designation lang po ni Mr. Fajarda.
Among these, just for the record, Your Honor, among these submissions is the name of Joel Chu. Wow. He,
That's not Chua, counsel. That's Chu.
yes, Your Honor. Upon verification by this representation, he denies any family connection, Your Honor. It is.
Proceed, counsel.
The signature, Madam Witness, will you go to this document?
Yes po.
The signature is in Chinese character. Can we ask fellow prosecutor to identify his signature?
That would be self-serving, counsel. Move on, counsel. Move
Okay,
on.
Madam Witness, outside these acknowledgement receipts, you said that there was no separate document indicating any authorized officer to disburse these amounts in different places on said date, Madam Witness. You confirm that?
Yes po.
Okay,
Your Honor, can the counsel be reminded not to make any inferences on the document, Your Honor, like from
Counsel-
Malolos, pumunta ng Negros.
Counsel
pumunta
is so
ng Agusan.
reminded. Just ask your question to the witness. Let the witness be the one to respond to whatever elicitation or admission you want to get, counsel.
galing Malolos, pumunta ng Davao, Negros Occidental naman. P-1-17-382. Milieu. Magkano to?
45,000 po in payment for rental safe house.
Ang date
February 21, 2023 po.
and place is
Ang nakalagay po sa dokumento na address is Negros Occidental.
Negros Occidental. For the next one, P-1-17-492. Kaninong pangalan ito?
Pirma lang po.
Walang pangalan, may pirma. Saan naman place binigay ang perang ito?
San Francisco, Agusan del Sur po.
So, from Negros Occidental, pumunta ng Agusan.
Your Honor, please, Your Honor.
Magkano ang... There's no question yet.
Kindly,
Ano ang date?
I know
na
where you're getting at, but kindly finish your question, counsel.
Anong date ang inisyu nito based on this document?
Ang date po is February 21, 2023.
Okay, the next document.
Counsel for respondent, yes.
Your Honor, can the counsel be reminded not to make any inferences on the document, Your Honor, like from
Counsel-
Malolos, pumunta ng Negros.
Counsel
pumunta
is
ng
so
Agusan.
reminded. Just ask your question to the witness. Let the witness be the one to respond to whatever elicitation or admission you want to get, counsel. You may
Yes,
proceed.
Your Honor, we will comply, although it's self-evident that all these documents are dated February 21, 2023.
Wala naman saysay yung mga dokumentong yan. Kasi nga, kahit anong gawin mo yan sa dokumentong yan, the fact remains that they have admitted that they're finding that there is an irregularity in the disbursement is not final. So what is there to sue the Vice President for? hindi pa nga final ang findings nila. So kahit na ano pang gawin mo yan sa mga acknowledgement receipt, wala rin saysayat.
Actually, sana, no, kasi nag-explain naman ang defense. In a radio interview, sinabi ng defense deputy spokesperson Justin Golar na yung availability din kasi ng kanilang mga abogado. Kasi nga, libo-libo nga ng mga acknowledgement receipt ang kanilang i-verify, i-double check, or cross-examine. And because of that size, the earliest available time, yung team nila at yung, of course, yung existing schedule nila ay by August 14 daw. Na kina-question nga ng prosecution na bakit hindi na lang daw sila mag-assign ng iba pang abogados, undertake checking, instead na hintayin yung entire team. Para sa prosecution, hindi na kailangan dalhin yung buong team para mag-compare daw ng documents. Ang impression kasi ng prosecution na parang hindi na napaprioritize yung impeachment case ng Vice President by August 14 pa daw nila i-check yung mga acknowledgement receipt ay ito-cross-examine yung mga acknowledgement receipts.
Eh sa akin nga, ulitin natin wala na ng saysay yung mga dokumentong yan. Kasi nga, kahit anong gawin mo dyan sa dokumentong yan, the fact remains that they have admitted that they're finding that there is an irregularity in the disbursement is not final. So what is there to sue the Vice President for? Eh, hindi pa nga final ang findings nila. So kahit na ano pang gawin mo yan sa mga acknowledgement receipt, wala rin saysayat. Sabihin mo, hindi compliant. O ano kung hindi compliant? Eh, hindi pa nga final lang sinasabi yung irregular eh. So bakit kayo nagdidemanda? Alam mo, kahit saan mo tingnan, kahit na ipagpalagay na natin, gaya na sinabi ko sa artikulo ko kahapon sa The Manila Times, even assuming na final na may irregularidad at titignan mo na ngayon yung mga ebidensya nila, their evidence shows na walang kasalanan si Inday Sara. Bakit kanyo? Sabi nila, may presumption of irregularity if there is a failure of liquidation and you don't file liquidation when there is a demand. So may presumption of irregularity. As if pinangangalandakan nila yung presumption of irregularity, eh prima facie lang yun. In other words, it's not a conclusive presumption. You have to prove that. Pangalawa, the auditors have already testified na walang binipisyo o walang ginamit na pera si BP Sara doon sa pondo. Hindi ba inamit, meron ba kayong finding na nakinabang si Vice Presidente Inday Sara o ginamit ang pondong yan para sa kanyang kapakanan? Hindi ba sagot ng testigo? Wala po. Doon lang di sira na sila. Pangalawa, sinasabi rin nila, kaya nila dinimanda si Vice Presidente Sara ay sapagkat sang-ayon sa kanila, sa ilalim ng joint circular, yung accountable officer ay si Vice Presidente Sara kasi siya raw ang head of agency. Malino naman. Sapagkat sa ilalim ng circular na pinupunto nila, ay dalawang tao ang pwede mong idemanda. Either or hindi yung sila sabay. Hindi po pwedeng mamimili ka. Kung hindi, ang sinasabi doon, the special disbursing officer or the head of agency ang siyang ididemanda mo pag walang liquidation. Sabi nila, non-compliant daw yung liquidation. Kung alam mo, pag sinabi mo non-compliant, merong liquidation. Hindi ka lang nagko-comply sa requirement. Madaling sabi, questionable pa. Kasi sa kanilang pananaw, yung mga ibinigay ng mga dokumento to liquidate the funds, hindi sapat. Para sa kanila yon. Eh sa depensa naman sinabi, hindi, sapat na yun. So madalit sabi, pinag-uusapan pa. So hindi mo masasabing walang liquidation. Merong liquidation, pero sa tingin ng mga auditors, hindi sapat. Okay, so ilagay natin doon ngayon. Ang tanong ngayon, sa ilalim, kung hindi ka nakapag-liquidate, assuming na hindi nga sapat, ang nakalagay sa joint circular, ang dapat mong managot ay yung special disbursing officer or the head of agency. Nung tinanong sila, sinasabi nila ang head of agency, teka muna, yung special disbursing officer, ang siyang tumanggap ng pera. Siya rin ang nag-handle ng disbursement. Bakit si Vice Presidente Sara ang ididimanda nyo? Ang paliwanag nila, kasi siya pumirma sa plano. Yun ang plano. Plano, yun ang programa kung paano gagamitin. Pero ang nag-implement nun ay yung disbursing officer. Siya rin ang tumanggap ng pera. Siya ang may hawak ng pera. Siya ang nagpatupad. Bakit yung Vice Presidente ang ididimanda mo? Hindi po ba? Napakaliwanag na kahit na ipagpalagay mo na pinal, na hindi naman pinal ang kanilang finding na irregularidad, wala pa rin po silang ebidensya at hindi dapat na si Vice Presidente Sara ang idemanda nila. Kung hindi, yung kumawak ng pera, yung nagpatupad ng programa na ginastos ang pera ng bayan.